Hey guys, Stag here. This is my original graphite drawing, Memento Mori. This was originally created for the Bad Apple Artist Collective's monthly auction. The theme was Victorian Memento, or Lover's Eye. I wasn't really feeling inspired by Lover's Eye, and the only other type Victorian mementos I could think of was the hair memento or death photography. Joining me in the beginning of this video is my cat, Nero. He's not always the best desk companion. When he does get up there, he's batting at me through the easel or whatnot, but he was actually being really good and just laying there. But he was taking up a good deal of real estate of the desk. I had to move the board down. I don't really share a lot of the graphite work that I do. Well, most of the time, like, my sketches are just chicken scratch. You can't tell what's going on in them at all. Like, I don't really do a refined piece. Now with this, I started in the video with it with a really light pencil drawing, because originally I did the chicken scratch sketch on like printer paper or something, and then ended up transferring it over with a light table because I don't like drawing on, like, say, the canvas or whatever I'm doing finished work on anyway. Now when I do graphite work, I work from the lightest, the hardest lead possible, and then work my way up to the softer leads and get a little darker layer by layer, and in between layers I often spray it with some matte fixative, workable fixative, so I can still kind of erase the underlayer. Like, I can't go all the way back to beginning once I get so many layers out, but I can still erase to a degree, and it creates more of a tooth to it, like say canvas, more of a texture, so it picks up the pencil a little better. Otherwise it's just so smooth from all the grinding of pencil lead against it. Another great thing about the fixative is it is essentially like fixing the lead there, so you're not just smearing it all around unless you wanted to. I do use like the smudge sticks or whatever they're called. Like, there's names for the big one and the little one. I don't really know. Like, one of them just rolled up paper and the other one's just like this big weird stick. Because I like to blend out the layers as best as I can. And I will go back over with a more lighter lead as well, with the harder lead, back over like the soft lead too. Like, I work back and forth in these layers and doing erasing and just kind of back and forth, kind of like I do with painting, because that's how my brain works when I started picking up the graphite. And I really wanted a pattern wallpaper, and there was no way I was going to draw that all out, so I used a stencil, but it still is not entirely uniform because I couldn't see most of the lines, and I kind of had to redraw them a little bit. When I do wallpaper, I like to have the kind of overlap of the wallpaper in there. Saying wallpaper a lot. Wallpaper. And kind of offset the design a little bit. Like, granted, most people are going to try to match it up when they're putting wallpaper. They don't want the seams to be seen. But it creates a little extra feel that I like in my paintings and drawings. And I am a huge fan of peeling wallpaper. I love peeling wallpaper. So I had to do a little bit of it ripped down, and then the plaster and lath showing through. If you're learning to paint and trying to get like shadows or whatnot underway, like, I suggest highly to work in graphite, because you want to develop values and be able to understand what's going on pretty much, and then you can grow on the underpainting technique, which ended up, when I started graphite a couple years ago now, it was about 2 years ago I did my first legitimate graphite piece. Like, I had never played with the pencil, but my shading got so much better in my paintings, and I started implementing more underpainting and stuff because it made a little more sense to me. Like, if you feel like your paintings aren't quite up to par, it doesn't hurt to just draw and sketch, because some of that will communicate over into the paintings. And then the rest of the painting is just learning to manipulate the physical media. I might one day paint this or something inspired from this. I did really like the theme. Doing the Memento Mori, the kind of death photography as an influence. This piece is actually pretty dark because it's hinting at one of them is dead, which it's kind of obvious which one it is. Probably the ones with the eye closed, and she has a little bit of modeling on her skin, which normally with that photography it was more done on fresh bodies, so you wouldn't really have any decay. Unfortunately, back in the day, mortality rate was so low, and especially with children, and this might be like the only memento like a family member would have of their loved ones, because photography was still somewhat of a new thing. Not everyone would do it, maybe have the funds or the means to do it regularly, so... But because one of these conjoined twins is dead, it's safe to say the other one's probably not far off there. Like, I don't really like spelling that out, but it's kind of a very mournful piece, and I really liked it. So, like, I want to paint it. Like, I meant to get this out actually before Halloween, this video. I don't know art-wise what I'm going to be working on for a bit. Like, I do have a couple more like darker pieces to kind of put up on YouTube, and 2 more alien paintings, as well as I might start working on some winter things. I'm currently working on a winter coloring book, so I'm sure I'll end up being kind of inspired to do something along that lines here shortly. But I did most of this, well, all of it, live on Twitch. If you guys want to watch me paint live, you can follow me over there. And I do not offer prints of my graphite work right now, but I do have other graphite work on my website, lobrelmisfits.com, as well as prints and original paintings of my other stuff. And you can find me on Patreon and the other social medias, and over on VidMe if my YouTube ever goes away. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching. I will catch you next time.